Far to the west of Westeros, beyond the Iron Islands, beyond even the edges of every known map, there is a place called the Lonely Light, a single distant rock in the Sunset Sea. 8 days' sail from the nearest land, surrounded by cold, black water, and whatever lies beyond it. And on that rock lives one of the strangest houses in all of Westeros, House Farwynd, a house of seafarers, exiles, and something else. The Farwynds do not simply look west, they look beyond the known world. Even among the Ironborn, a people known for their brutality, the Farwynds are whispered about and regarded as queer. Some claim that the Farwynds from the Lonely Light lie with seals to bring forth half-human children. Whether or not that rumor is true, the Farwynds are certainly different. They live farther out than any other house, farther than traders, raiders, or explorers dare to go on a lonely outpost surrounded by seals, sea lions, and deep water. And according to rumor, they are not entirely human. Some say the Farwynds are skinchangers, not like the Starks of the North who bond with wolves, but something far older, far stranger. Men who can slip into the minds of sea creatures, seals, walruses, even spotted whales, the wolves of the western seas. If that's true, then the Farwynds don't just live at the edge of the world. They can see beyond it. Because what is a coastline to something that swims forever west? And that brings us to the most important question. What have they seen? Because thousands of years ago, before Aegon's conquest, a Stark king, Brandon the Shipwright, set sail west across the Sunset Sea and was never seen again. His son, Brandon the Burner, was so consumed by grief he destroyed every ship in the north, ensuring no one would ever follow. Since then, others have tried. Explorers, sailors, dreamers. But one of them was different, Alyssa Farman. The daughter of the Lord of Fair Isle, she was not just a dreamer, but one of the greatest sailors of her time. She had been at sea since childhood, sailing her own boat by 14, voyaging from Bear Island in the north to the Arbor in the south, before most had ever left home. And unlike the others, she didn't just dream of the West, she prepared for it. She built her own ship, the Sun Chaser, and assembled a fleet bold enough to follow her. In 56 AC, 3 ships set sail from Old Town. Even the Crown tried to stop her. They failed. She slipped past 12 pursuing warships and vanished into the Sunset Sea. For a time, Alyssa Farman succeeded. She found islands no one had ever seen, naming them Aegon, Rhaenys, and Visenya. Proof that the world did not end at the horizon. Proof that something lay beyond. And then she kept going, farther west, beyond the edge of every map, into seas feared even by the Ironborn, waters whispered to be filled with storms, krakens, and things far older. One of her companion ships was lost in a storm, another turned back. But despite protests, Alyssa Farman did not. She sailed on, alone, and like so many before her, she was never seen again. Some say her ship was destroyed, others claim it was sighted years later, on the far side of the world. Many years later, during his second great voyage on Sea Snake, Corlys Velaryon believed he saw the old, weathered ship, the Sun Chaser, in Ashai. It is therefore possible that Alyssa reached Essos by sailing west from Westeros. If that's true, then Alyssa Farman didn't fail. She made it. But she never came back. Except, maybe, the Farwynds know why. After the death of Balon Greyjoy, Lord of the Iron Islands, the Ironborn gathered on Old Wick to choose their new king in 300 AC. One man stepped forward from the edge of the world, Lord Gylbert Farwynd of the Lonely Light, not alone, but flanked by his sons, Giles, Jon, and Aegon Farwynd, 3 warriors, silent, watching, like something pulled from the sea itself. And while the other lords promised war, conquest, dragons, Gylbert Farwynd promised something else. He spoke of a land to the west, beyond the sunset sea, a place no one else had seen. And this is what he said: "Make me your king, and I shall lead you there. We will build 10,000 ships, as Nymeria once did, and take sail with all our people to the land beyond the sunset, a land without winter or want, where death has no dominion. There every man shall be a king, and every wife a queen." The Ironborn laughed. Of course they did. To them he sounded mad, a dreamer, a fool, a man chasing myths across an endless ocean, and yet they chose Euron Greyjoy instead, a man who promised dragons, blood, and apocalypse. Because conquest, they understand. But escape, a new world, that's far more dangerous, because Gylbert Farwynd wasn't offering war. He was offering something better than the Iron Islands. And that might be the most unbelievable thing of all. But here's where it gets interesting. Gylbert didn't sound uncertain. He didn't sound like a man guessing. He spoke like someone who had seen it. And according to Aeron Damp-Hair Greyjoy, the shrewd priest of the drowned god, as Gylbert spoke, his eyes shifted, grey, then blue, like the sea itself, as if something was looking through him. So what does House Farwynd actually know? Are they just another strange, isolated house, twisted by distance, myth, and salt air? Or are they something more? Because in a world where skin changers are real, where green seers can see across time, where dragons once ruled the skies, is it really so impossible that somewhere, far to the west, there is another land, a land no one has ever returned from? Not because they failed to find it, but because whatever lies out there is not meant to be found. And if the Farwynds truly can see through the eyes of creatures that roam the endless ocean, then they may not be searching for that land at all. They may already know where it is. And worse, they may be the only ones who understand why no one else has ever come back.